Welcome back to the farm. So today I am going to attempt to turn this into this. This is a little picnic table I built about 5 years ago, and it has lived in various spots around the farm, down on Lookout Point, out by the fire ring. It's been a great design. It was very easy to build, and I made it from these plans, traditional 6-foot picnic table off of bobsplans.com. I built it right to his specifications, but I made a change. I used 8-foot long boards for the seat and the top. So it's actually an 8-foot long picnic table, but all the underpinnings and the framing are identical. Let's get started. So I'm making 2 picnic tables, and I went ahead and I gang cut all the pieces that I would need for the legs and the table support, the seat supports and everything. I'm not going to go through step by step and say, how long each measurement was, because you can just download the plans and cut it to spec. This deviates from my usual way of woodworking, which is like I don't pre-make every part and then hope it's all going to fit. I usually fit everything together as I go, but the plans were very precise and specific, and as long as I was careful, everything went together. And here is the stack of all of the support pieces for 2 picnic tables. It doesn't look like very much. Over there in the back of the truck, that stack is going to be for the top and the seats. Now I'm going to start drilling some holes and assembling it. So come along. So now I'm taking all of the support pieces and putting the necessary holes in them. This was head-worn GoPro footage on time-lapse, so I apologize for the frenetic feel and kind of spastic nature of this portion of the video. My apologies. This is just getting all the framing put together, and as you can see, there was the tabletop done, getting the stiffening braces on. I'm just wrapping up the 2 tabletops here. And then this is the seat, and I'm actually assembling it upside down. So this is looking at the underside of the seat and the seat bracing. And those horizontal pieces are what's going to hold the legs. A little bit of bracing for the center section. Now you can see the legs going on with the galvanized carriage bolts. Having all the angles spelled out for you in the plans made it really a lot easier than trying to eyeball angles and use angle finders and gauges to try and get everything so that it's going to fit together. So being able to know that cutting the legs at 22.5 degrees or whatever is where it needs to be was a good thing to have. Alright, I'm all done with the 2 picnic benches. They went pretty well. I would say all told it took me probably 4 hours of all the cutting, drilling, and assembly, and that was for 2 benches, and that was taking my time, pausing occasionally, messing with the camera, that kind of stuff. So, pretty quick little project. So now I've got 3 8-foot picnic benches. Here's a look at the finished benches. Don't worry if you don't have all the power tools. All you really need for this project is a handsaw, a tape measure, a protractor, and a screwdriver and some drill bits. As long as you work accurately and you're patient, a job like this can easily be accomplished by a first-timer, even with the most modest of hand tools. And it's pretty darn satisfying, no matter what your method of construction is. My total cost on per bench was about $91, all in for the lumber, which was all 2x6 and a few 2x4s, pressure treated. Some galvanized carriage bolts and a handful of deck screws. So About $91 or so. Pretty good long lasting project for under $100.